Hi, I'm James Corden. I just purchased a Fish and Milliers and I'm about to take the management team out of the past 10 years on a car ride to get their advice in the best management style. Quite a bit of experience myself taking friends in car rides, so we're going to do it again and we're going to have a great time. Here we go.
Thanks, James. Thanks for the early retirement.
Swap, happy to do it. Here's your duffel bag of cash.
Thank you.
Now, before you run off on me and take your early retirement, please explain to me how to run this car company.
It all starts with the preparation.
Okay. Oh,
But half the things you need to know are in this manual.
darn.
As you're taking as CEO, you're going to need to know 3 C's. First, company. Second, customer.
Yep.
Third, competition. Before myself and the old management, you see, we started over. We took time to get to know each other, and
Okay.
we bonded as a team. We designed a process for running the company and set a strategy that we stuck to.
Got it.
Lastly, we made all our decisions based on objective criteria and data.
So, I'm not quite too sure where I got myself into. This seems like a lot of stuff to run a company and to do all this objective data and strategy and forecasting. Typically, to make myself feel better, I like to sing a song. Are you okay with that?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Ask myself what you want it to be. I said, baby, can't you see? I wanna be famous, car on the street, but you can do something in between. James, you can drive my car. This company's gonna be a star. Appreciate the bundle of cash, and baby, I love you. Ooh, 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 yeah.
Don't worry, you will be fine. See you when I see you.
Thank you.
Hi, James.
Hi, Kai. It's a pleasure to meet you. So you gotta tell me, I've observed your team's success over the past 10 years. How do you run such an effective team and work together so well?
Yeah, well, I think one of the keys to really running a great company is figuring out how your team works best together. So we put a lot of effort into getting to know each other as a team. We had game nights. We even went bowling.
Well, funny thing about me is I'm an excellent bowler.
Yeah, well, it wasn't always easy. In the beginning, we even stormed a little bit, but we used pluses and deltas to really figure out how to work best as a team.
Okay. Well, so coming from the celebrity world, doing my karaoke with cause, the way I typically deal with conflict is through song. Would you like to do that with me?
Sure.
Okay.
What would you do if I made a mistake? Would you stand up and blame it on me? Lend me your ears and I'll give you my views. I will try not to get stuck in groupthink. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Gonna try some deltas with my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. So as I was saying, at the beginning of each year, we'd meet together as an executive team and establish priorities for the year. And then we'd break up into smaller groups, smaller teams to work on the deliverables. Have you ever heard of Hutch?
Philosopher Hutch.
Yes, so he's a teaming philosopher and he talks a lot about groupthink. And so what we realized was that we didn't challenge each other's ideas. We didn't always make the most optimal decisions. So we really tried hard to do that and not just all agree with each other.
Some helpful information. So I guess the takeaway is I should not fight everyone. I kind of figured I'd do it all by myself.
Yeah, probably not.
Hi James, it's great to meet you. Love your show.
Pleasure. Great to meet you, Andrew. So as the new CEO, Efficient Motors seems to be running fairly efficiently. Tell me a bit more about the process behind the operations.
No problem. So first off, the titles that you see at the bottom of your screen are completely made up. We don't actually have a CEO or COO. Instead, we operate with the understanding that any of our executive team members can step in and lead a project or discussion when called upon. This has given us the flexibility to quickly shift our resources as demanded by the challenges of the year. Early on, we focused on establishing goals, strategy, and process, and later shifted toward efficiently executing our plan.
Interesting. So, if you didn't have a CEO, which I just called myself, who made all the decisions, and why did I hand that swap no character a duffel bag full of cash?
You did what? So maybe we should talk about this duffel bag of cash off camera and maybe with some lawyers. But from a decision-making standpoint, we used a consensus decision-making model adapted to fit our company and leadership team's needs.
Okay.
One of the great benefits of a consensus decision making is that it requires generating agreement and forces each member of the group to really listen to each other and to identify and address everyone's ideas, opinions, and concerns regarding possible solutions.
All right.
This allowed us to all contribute ideas and challenge each other's thinking in a positive, non-confrontational manner. Rather than voting, a member can agree, provide reservations, stand aside, or block part or all of a proposal. And we used objective criteria whenever possible, so a decision was never made from a force of will.
Gotcha.
Swap says yes, Cam says no. You say stop,
And
I say go, go, go. Oh no! Then we looked at the cash flow. To go, we reached consensus, decided to go. Hi Cameron, thanks for driving me in the car.
Of course, James. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It's a great car. I have one just like it.
it is a great car, and I'd love to hear more that now I've just purchased Efficient Motors, how the company's been working. It's really impressive how you guys created such an impressive delivery car immediately. First year to get almost all of the B2B contracts in the industry. Obviously, you updated your EFIS, which was such a cash cow, which matched the family consumer market, and now you're the analyst projecting almost $6 billion net income. I need to understand, as I try to push the company forward, what you guys did.
Wow, that's an impressive question. You really did your homework there.
Yes, I did.
See, we from the beginning had a market-focused, goal-driven strategy that was sort of the foundation of everything that we did at Efficient Motors.
Okay.
So that put us in a position for success in our 10 years as management, and it's going to make things easier for you to continue successful operation. As a high-volume, low-cost automaker, the management team identified the key attributes that our primary customers most wanted and tried to deliver products that met those needs better than our competitors' offerings and at a better price. This sometimes resulted in demand beyond our capacity early on, but establishing a first place in market share was important to the long-term growth and profitability of the company. At every turn, we tried to stay true to who we were and would come back to our strategy when deciding if we should move forward with a new car or not. What the customer wanted was always our most important criteria.
I won't buy your car, my friend, unless it meets my needs just right. I'll only buy your car, my friend, if it hits the price alright. Cause I don't have too much for money, but money can't buy my car.
Initially, we had a plan that involved growing significantly. We weren't afraid to take risks in order to invest in research and development and build our capacity. We decided to grow using debt because we had access to relatively cheap capital, and that would maximize the return for our shareholders. Going forward, we are confident in the lineup of cars that we have built will continue to meet the needs of the consumer. Of course, upgrades will need to be made to better position our cars in the marketplace and or to optimize our costs. Keeping an eye on market research, identifying what the consumer will want in the future will be critical as well. Investing in making sure our production and R&D facilities are up to date and the right size will also be important.
Can you write all that down for me? Because that was a lot of information.
See, I'm actually out of time. I gotta go.
Hey!
Oh my god, the real James Corden.
Yeah?
I'm your biggest fan.
Would you like to take a selfie?
Yes, please.
I always like taking selfies with my phones. There you go, mate. Anyway, so tell me, as a new investor and owner of the business, how does your team make decisions usually? Typically, I've always had my staff make decisions for me.
So we always use objective data to help us make optimal decisions.
Okay.
This means buying market research to help forecast future sales. There's a model that we use called the basis model.
Basis.
And then we use that to forecast to determine production needs and optimize capacity utilization.
Okay.
We also use projected cash flow, and we use that to calculate the net present value of a future project. Another thing we used is something called a news vendor formula. And we use that to calculate the cost of overage and underage, and we use that to decide the volume of cars we manufacture.
What you said totally makes sense. I think I understood what you said, but I would just like to learn a little bit more. So if you go into some of your more decision-making models.
So yeah, for example, when we're deciding if we wanted to move forward to of making a minivan or AEV vehicle,
Okay.
each team did a cost analysis and we forecasted which move would be more profitable. One time we didn't use our data, and we screwed up big time, and that was a really bad year. We usually refer to that as the dark year.
So, when I've had dark years in my past, typically what I like to do is reflect them through song, if you're happy to do that with me.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay. Yesterday,
All my troubles seem so far away.
now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, my margins are half what they used to be. I forgot to trust my strategy. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why we had to trust just our guts, we couldn't say. We forgot constant beauty, now I long for yesterday. So basically, what you're saying is trust the data. We won't have any more of these dark years.
Non-day trippers, we're in it for the long. We took a